if I told you that archaeologists have just uncovered a 3,000-year-old tomb beneath the ancient sands of Egypt, would you believe me? Because that's exactly what happened. Hidden beneath the cliffs of Luxor, a forgotten tomb has emerged after thousands of years. Inside, ancient inscriptions, beautifully carved walls, and clues pointing to a man, known only as Pharaoh. But who was he? A powerful royal official? A trusted servant of the Pharaoh? Or someone whose story was almost erased by time? For more than 3,000 years, this tomb remained silent beneath the desert. Until now, every carved stone, every buried chamber, and every ancient inscription could bring us one step closer to understanding a forgotten chapter of Egyptian history. But the greatest mystery isn't what archaeologists have already uncovered. It's what still lies hidden beneath the sands of Luxor. Tonight, we follow one of Egypt's newest archaeological discoveries to uncover the history, the mystery, and the unanswered questions hidden beneath the desert. But before we step inside the tomb, we first need to understand why Luxor continues to reveal secrets, even after thousands of years. Long before archaeologists uncovered the tomb of Pharaoh, long before modern Egypt, long before the pyramids became one of the world's greatest tourist attractions, there was Luxor. To many people, it is simply another city in southern Egypt. But to archaeologists, Luxor is something very different. It is often called the world's greatest open-air museum because beneath its streets, its deserts, and the cliffs that surround it lies one of the greatest concentrations of ancient history ever discovered. More than 3,000 years ago, the city was known as Thebes, the capital of ancient Egypt during the New Kingdom, a place where powerful pharaohs ruled an empire stretching across much of the ancient world. Gigantic temples were built here, including Karnak, one of the largest religious complexes ever constructed. Across the Nile, on the western bank, another world existed, the world of the dead. The ancient Egyptians believed the West, where the sun disappeared every evening, symbolized a journey into the afterlife. For that reason, kings, queens, high officials, priests, and military commanders were buried on the western side of the Nile. Over time, the hills surrounding Luxor became home to thousands of tombs. Some belonged to pharaohs. Others belonged to the powerful men and women who helped govern one of history's greatest civilizations. Among them lies the famous Valley of the Kings, the resting place of rulers such as Tutankhamun, Seti I, and Ramesses II. But not every important person was buried inside the Valley of the Kings. Many high-ranking officials received elaborate private tombs built nearby. These tombs were designed not only as burial places, but as monuments celebrating their achievements during life. Their walls were covered with colorful scenes, religious ceremonies, family life, royal service, and inscriptions meant to preserve their names forever. Ironically, many of those names were forgotten anyway, buried beneath drifting sand, collapsed rock, and thousands of years of natural change. Even today, archaeologists continue making remarkable discoveries around Luxor, not because they are searching randomly, but because much of the ancient city still remains hidden underground. Every excavation, every newly uncovered wall, every carved inscription adds another piece to Egypt's extraordinary story. And now, that story has grown once again, because in the hills overlooking Luxor, archaeologists have uncovered another forgotten tomb, a tomb connected through ancient inscriptions to a man named Pharaoh. But discovering the tomb was only the beginning. The real mystery was discovering who Pharaoh actually was. His name survived for more than 3,000 years, but his identity remains one of Egypt's newest mysteries. So who was Pharaoh? The answer may be far more complicated than anyone expected. Finding an ancient tomb is only the first step. The real challenge is discovering the person who was buried inside. When archaeologists entered this newly discovered tomb, they found inscriptions mentioning a name, Pharaoh. At first, it sounded like the mystery had already been solved. But history is rarely that simple. Ancient Egypt covered more than 3,000 years of recorded civilization. During that time, many officials, military commanders, priests, and royal administrators shared the same names, and Paser was one of them. Historical records mention several men named Paser, serving during different reigns and holding different positions within the Egyptian government. One Paser served as an important official during the reign of Ramesses II. Another is believed to have worked within the administration of Upper Egypt. Others appear only briefly, their names surviving on damaged monuments, broken statues, or faded inscriptions. So when archaeologists discovered the name inside this tomb, they couldn't immediately say which Paser it belonged to. That is why archaeology is much more than digging. Every carved symbol, every painted wall, every damaged inscription must be carefully studied. Researchers compare writing styles, architectural details, religious symbols, and even the smallest artistic features. Sometimes, a single hieroglyph can completely change the identity of the person buried inside. That process takes months, sometimes even years. According to Egypt's Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities, the tomb's architecture suggests it belongs to the Ramesside Period, a time when Egypt stood among the most powerful civilizations on Earth. Its armies marched across distant lands. Its temples grew larger than ever before. Its monuments celebrated the achievements of powerful pharaohs. Serving those rulers were trusted officials, men responsible for managing cities, collecting taxes, leading construction projects, recording history, and carrying out the commands of the king. If this Paser held one of those positions, his tomb would have reflected his importance, not with piles of treasure, but with carefully designed architecture, beautiful inscriptions, and symbols describing his life. That is exactly why archaeologists are paying such close attention to every detail inside the tomb, because somewhere hidden among the carvings may be the evidence that finally reveals who Paser really was. Until then, his identity remains one of Egypt's newest archaeological mysteries. But the mystery wasn't limited to the man. The tomb itself contained remarkable architectural features, designed more than 3,000 years ago. And what archaeologists found inside was just as fascinating as the name carved on its walls. From the outside, the tomb appears surprisingly modest, a simple entrance cut into the limestone cliffs of Luxor's western hills. But beneath the surface, an extraordinary world begins to unfold. As archaeologists carefully cleared away centuries of sand and debris, the true design of the tomb slowly emerged. According to researchers, the monument follows a traditional layout of elite private tombs from Egypt's New Kingdom, a style used more than 3,000 years ago. The first area visitors would have entered was a large open courtyard. This wasn't simply an empty space. It was the beginning of a carefully planned journey. Religious ceremonies, funeral processions, and offerings to the deceased may all have taken place here before the burial itself. During the excavation, archaeologists uncovered several remarkable architectural features hidden beneath the sand. A mud brick ceremonial platform, stone stairways leading toward the entrance, and carefully constructed pathways on both sides of the courtyard. Each discovery helps researchers understand how the tomb was originally used, long before it disappeared beneath the desert. Beyond the courtyard, the tomb opens into a rock-cut chapel, built in the shape of an inverted letter T, a design commonly used for high-ranking officials during the New Kingdom. The central hall leads visitors deeper into the monument, while side chambers branch away into darkness. Every wall, every doorway, and every carved surface was created by craftsmen working more than 30 centuries ago. Although many decorations have been damaged by time, fragments of inscriptions still survive. Hieroglyphs carved into stone continue telling silent stories, waiting patiently for experts to translate them. Below the main chapel, several underground burial chambers extend deeper into the rock. These hidden rooms were designed to protect both the burial and everything placed beside it. For thousands of years, the chambers remained sealed beneath layers of sand and collapsed stone. Until now, unlike the popular image of Egyptian tombs filled with glittering treasure, archaeologists are often searching for something far more valuable. Information. Every inscription, every broken fragment, every architectural detail can reveal how ancient Egyptians lived, worked, prayed, and prepared for eternity. Sometimes, a single carved symbol can tell historians more than a chest filled with gold. That is why discoveries like this matter so much. They don't simply uncover ancient buildings. They uncover forgotten lives. And this tomb still has many stories left to tell, because archaeologists have only begun examining its walls, its chambers, and the clues hidden inside. The greatest discoveries may still be waiting beneath the dust, but discovering the tomb was only the beginning. The real challenge is uncovering its secrets without destroying the fragile evidence left behind. And that is where modern archaeology changes everything. Finding an ancient tomb is only the beginning. The real challenge begins after the discovery. Every stone, every grain of sand, and every broken fragment may contain information that has survived for thousands of years. That is why archaeologists don't rush. They move slowly, sometimes spending hours, to uncover only a few centimeters of earth. Because once something is removed, it can never be placed back exactly as it was. Every discovery is carefully photographed, measured, mapped, and documented before anyone touches it. Even the smallest object, a pottery fragment, a piece of wood, or a single carved stone, could help explain how the tomb was built or who was buried inside. Modern archaeology is no longer based only on shovels and brushes. Today's researchers use advanced technology, including high-resolution photography, three-dimensional laser scanning, ground-penetrating radar, and digital mapping systems. These tools allow scientists to study fragile monuments without causing unnecessary damage. Inside the newly discovered tomb, researchers are carefully recording every wall, every inscription, and every architectural detail. Some hieroglyphs have faded after thousands of years. Others are partially damaged. Using modern imaging techniques, experts can sometimes reveal details invisible to the human eye. This process takes time, months, sometimes years, because archaeology is not a race. Its purpose is not simply to discover something new. Its purpose is to understand the past correctly. A single mistake can erase information forever. That is why every conclusion must be supported by evidence. Even now, researchers continue studying the inscriptions connected to the name Passer, comparing writing styles, religious symbols, architectural designs, and historical records from the Ramesside period. Only after all of that work will they begin to understand who this individual really was, and perhaps what role he played in one of the greatest civilizations in history. For now, the tomb continues to guard many of its secrets, but history has begun speaking once again. One careful excavation, one carved inscription, and one remarkable discovery at a time. But one question still remains. Why does Egypt continue revealing new discoveries? Even after more than 200 years of archaeological exploration, the answer may be buried beneath the sands, waiting for the next excavation. For more than 2 centuries, archaeologists have been excavating the sands of Egypt. Thousands of tombs, temples, statues, and ancient cities have already been discovered. Yet, Egypt continues to surprise the world. Almost every year, another forgotten monument emerges from beneath the desert. Another hidden chamber is uncovered. Another name returns from history. The tomb connected to Passer is one more chapter in that remarkable story. But unlike the adventures we often see in movies, real archaeology rarely ends with dramatic discovery. Finding the tomb is only the first step. Understanding it may take years. Researchers will continue documenting every wall, studying every inscription, and comparing every detail with historical records from the Ramesside period. Only then will they begin answering the questions that still remain. Who was Passer? What position did he hold in Egyptian society? Why was he buried here instead of somewhere else? And what stories have remained hidden inside this tomb for more than 3,000 years? Some of those answers may already exist, waiting silently beneath layers of dust. Others may never be known. That is the reality of archaeology. Every discovery solves one mystery, while creating several new ones. And perhaps that is what makes history so fascinating. The ancient Egyptians believed that speaking a person's name allowed their memory to live forever. For thousands of years, the name Passer lay hidden beneath the sands of Luxor. Today, that name is spoken once again, not because we know everything about him, but because history has given him another chance to be remembered. Somewhere beneath the deserts of Egypt, thousands of undiscovered tombs may still remain, hidden beneath ancient villages, collapsed cliffs, and endless layers of drifting sand, waiting patiently for the next excavation, the next discovery, and the next story to return from the past. Because history never truly disappears. Sometimes it simply waits for someone to uncover it. Perhaps the greatest treasure buried beneath Egypt isn't gold or precious jewels. It's the stories still waiting to be told. And somewhere beneath the sands, the next discovery may already be waiting.